Elon Musk has officially become the richest person in the world.
They say success leaves clues, but Elon Musk doesn't just leave clues, he leaves blueprints. And not the safe kind, but the kind sketched in the sand just before a tidal wave hits. In August 2025, his net worth reached an unimaginable $418.7 billion, cementing him as the richest human in history. But here's the twist. This is a man who has danced on the edge of bankruptcy more than once. Who, when faced with ruin, didn't retreat, but pushed forward with even more risk. And somehow, he won. Elon's story isn't about a single big break or a one-time lucky strike. It's about a stack of habits, repeated relentlessly, 50 deliberate, unconventional moves that defy the safe rules of business. He thinks in first principles, breaking problems down to their raw truths instead of following the old, "that's how it's done" script. He works with an intensity that borders on obsession, clocking 100 hours a week as if time itself were chasing him. And when he fails, he doesn't crumble. He studies the wreckage and builds again, smarter and stronger. In the next few minutes, we're going to peel back the curtain on those 50 secrets, real strategies, battle-tested decisions, and hidden patterns that turned an ambitious kid from Pretoria into the wealthiest man alive. This is not a theory, this is documented reality. Habits you can see, choices you can track, and lessons that, if you take them seriously, could change the trajectory of your own life. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you won't just understand how Elon Musk became a billionaire, you'll know exactly how to think like one. At the heart of Elon Musk's empire lies something far deeper than spreadsheets, assembly lines, or even rockets tearing through the atmosphere. His foundation is not built solely on modern business tactics. It's rooted in timeless philosophical principles that have guided humanity's greatest minds for thousands of years. Ideas he wields like precision tools to shape the future. For Musk, every challenge begins with a question, then another and another, peeling away assumptions layer by layer until only the bare truth remains. Like Socrates, he operates from the belief that the only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. This humility before a problem fuels his refusal to accept "that's how it's done" as an answer. Instead, he dismantles norms, reimagines them, and rebuilds them into something entirely new. When markets crash, rockets explode, or headlines turn hostile, he remains unshaken, drawing strength from the Stoic lesson that you cannot control external events, only your reaction to them. For him, failure is not a verdict, it's raw data, valuable feedback for the next iteration. Like Plato, he chases perfect forms, believing Tesla is not merely building a car, but the car. SpaceX is not simply making rockets, but the rocket that will carry humanity to new worlds. The dream of a multi-planetary civilization is not science fiction to him. It is an ideal so compelling that reality must bend to make it happen. Inspired by Aristotle's vision of eudaimonia, true human flourishing, Musk treats his work in sustainable energy and space exploration as a moral obligation, the highest form of fulfillment being to safeguard humanity's survival and prosperity. And like Confucius, he refuses to change the goal when the path is blocked. A failed rocket landing or a production setback does not lower his ambitions. It only prompts a new route, a sharper strategy, another attempt. In this way, Musk fuses ancient wisdom with modern execution, forging a mindset that questions relentlessly, endures unshaken, dreams without limit, acts with moral clarity, and adapts without surrender. A philosophical engine built for the most audacious goals imaginable. If philosophy shapes Musk's vision, it's his execution that turns it into reality. And his execution is built on a work ethic so intense, it borders on myth. When Musk says you just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks, he's not speaking in metaphors or motivational hyperbole. He's describing his normal schedule. Colleagues tell stories of him camping out on Tesla's factory floor during production crunches, sleeping in a sleeping bag beside the assembly line, so that every spare minute could be poured back into solving problems. He wakes to the sound of machinery and walks straight into the next challenge without a commute, without delay, without pause. While other leaders measure progress in quarters or years, Musk compresses timelines until they almost snap, sprinting through development cycles and forcing breakthroughs in months that would take other companies years. His approach to building teams is equally intense. He has a single, uncompromising filter for who gets to work alongside him. They must be among the best minds available. Degrees, prestigious backgrounds, and corporate pedigrees are secondary to raw intelligence, creativity, and an instinct for problem-solving under pressure. Once the team is in place, the work is never truly done. Musk thrives on radical feedback loops, demanding constant input from every possible source: engineers on the floor, customers in the field, even critics on social media. He's built a culture where every finished product is simply a draft awaiting improvement. In his words, it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. This constant refinement is the engine that keeps Tesla, SpaceX, and his other companies pushing the boundaries of what's possible. And perhaps nothing defines Musk's entrepreneurial style more than his embrace of failure, not as an unfortunate outcome, but as a necessary sign of progress. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough, he says, and his history backs it up. SpaceX rockets have exploded on live broadcasts. Tesla production targets have been missed, yet each setback feeds the next iteration, sharpening the design and the strategy. Unlike most CEOs who chase the easiest and most profitable markets, Musk deliberately selects problems that are vast, urgent, and often deemed impossible. His compass points toward climate change, global energy transformation, and the audacious dream of making life multiplanetary. That urgency fuels his preference for just-in-time innovation, continuous, real-time improvement rather than waiting for perfect conditions. Tesla's over-the-air software updates are a perfect example. Cars evolve overnight without ever visiting a service center, their capabilities expanding while parked in a driveway. And when it comes to risk, Musk plays at a scale that few dare to even imagine. The $44 billion acquisition of X, formerly Twitter, was not an act of impulse but a calculated strategic leap. He saw it as a high-stakes platform that could link his ventures, amplify his voice, and serve as a live laboratory for ideas that could ripple through technology, media, and society. It was a gamble, yes, but one designed to reshape the playing field entirely, not just to score a single win. In Musk's entrepreneurial engine, every decision, every hour, every risk feeds the larger mission, an interlocking system of ambition, speed, talent, iteration, and courage that keeps him far ahead of the competition and hurtling toward goals most people still think belong to science fiction. Elon Musk's empire isn't just vision and grit. It's a meticulously engineered financial and industrial machine, one that runs on staggering numbers, relentless scaling, and bold strategic plays that redefine entire industries. As of August 2025, Tesla alone holds a market capitalization of roughly $1.1 trillion, a towering valuation that serves as the central pillar of Musk's immense fortune. Its dominance in the electric vehicle sector is not merely about selling cars, it's about owning the global conversation on the future of mobility, renewable energy, and technology integration. SpaceX, launched in 2002 with a mission most experts considered impossible, has grown into a $350 billion powerhouse, according to a December 2024 private share sale. This makes it one of the most valuable private companies in history, and it's not just about launching rockets, it's about building the transportation backbone for a multi-planetary civilization. Yet Musk's wealth is far from a steady, linear climb. It swings dramatically with the winds of the market. In a single week, a Tesla stock plunge shaved $17 billion off his net worth. For most billionaires, such a hit would trigger crisis mode. For Musk, it's a Tuesday. His businesses are built with the resilience to absorb these shocks, and his own mindset treats them as temporary dips on a long-term trajectory. Just as quickly as his fortune falls, it rebounds, propelled by the same bold decisions and disruptive innovations that made it in the first place. The seed capital for this empire traces back to a single defining transaction, the sale of X.com, later known as PayPal, for $1.5 billion in 2002. This wasn't just a lucrative exit, it was the launch pad that gave Musk the resources to ignite his most ambitious ventures. From that moment, he poured vast sums into SpaceX and Tesla, risking personal bankruptcy in pursuit of visions that would eventually reshape multiple industries. And while rockets and electric cars dominate the headlines, Musk's ambitions sprawl far beyond the obvious. The Boring Company, deliberately named as a tongue-in-cheek nod to its tunneling mission, is his answer to the crippling urban congestion that plagues cities worldwide. Its goal? To carve high-speed underground transit systems that bypass surface-level gridlock entirely. Then there's Neuralink, his audacious bet on the brain-computer interfaces, which aims to merge human consciousness with artificial intelligence. If it succeeds, it could redefine communication, medicine, and even human identity. But the true power of Musk's empire extends beyond his factories and labs. It thrives in the realm of influence. Social media, particularly X, has become his unfiltered megaphone to the world. Whether he's announcing a product update, trolling his critics, or dropping cryptic hints about future plans, Musk bypasses traditional media channels entirely. His audience isn't passive. They are participants, investors, customers, and sometimes even co-creators in his ventures. His cultivated public image, a fusion of visionary thinker, high-stakes gambler, and provocative disruptor, has turned him into a global pop culture phenomenon, often likened to a real-life Tony Stark. And then there's the Musk effect, a phenomenon unique to this era. A single tweet or post from him can send stock prices skyrocketing or tumbling, wipe billions from market caps, or ignite speculative frenzies in entirely new sectors. It's a power few individuals in history have wielded, and Musk embraces it fully. In his world, the borders between business strategy, personal brand, and cultural influence dissolve into a single, unstoppable force. Every move he makes, whether in a boardroom, on a launch pad, or in a late-night post, is part of a larger game to bend markets, industries, and perhaps even history itself to his will. Elon Musk's 50 secrets aren't scattered tricks or lucky breaks. They form a single, integrated system. It's a living, breathing synthesis of ancient philosophy, relentless execution, calculated risk-taking, and an unflinching vision for the future. From the Socratic discipline of questioning every assumption to the Stoic resilience that absorbs crushing pressure without breaking, from assembling elite teams and treating failure as a teacher, to steering trillion-dollar companies while reshaping entire industries, each principle is a gear in the same unstoppable engine. But the most striking revelation is that none of this is built around the idea of getting rich quickly. Musk's life is a long-haul mission, measured not in quarters or even years, but in decades and centuries. His true secret is purpose, solving problems he believes are vital to humanity's survival and prosperity, no matter how far-fetched or impossible they appear today. For him, money isn't the destination. It's the fuel for a much larger journey. And maybe that's why risk, failure, and criticism barely register in his calculations. When your compass points toward the stars, turbulence is just part of the flight. As Musk himself once put it, if you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. So perhaps the real secret isn't about becoming the wealthiest person on the planet. It's about building a future worth being wealthy in.